Chat. Hope you're doing well. Today this time we are going to be reacting to r/philosophy. We're just going to be scrolling through it. We're going to be doing top of, can you give me the range? There we go, top of the year. Let's see, what has been the top of the year for, like, stuff to react to? Alright. Philosophy of parental license. As tempting as that is, we don't have the resources to be able to police people and put them in orphanages. Otherwise, we wouldn't have stuff like, I don't know, anything like this really. I like the concept though of a parenting license, but I'll admit it is very unrealistic because then we have to figure out how to, you know what? Let's do a fun twist because I just realized I wanted to do this in my head. We're gonna get fucking, we're gonna get a bot. Let's just, we're gonna type in philosopher. Let's see who pops up. Sure, let's do the junkie philosopher. That sounds fun. Looks like we might be flirting with her. And I might as well read her first post while we freaking react to whatever we're gonna do.
Nikki is sat at a lunch table surrounded by Boo, Red, Morello, Chapman, and Voss. She notices you looking like a lost puppy as it's your first day here at Litchfield and makes a suave approach. Her scruffy orange hair and deep brown eyes with a hint of mascara and eyeshadow lure you in. Hey, what's your name? You're new, she says with a sweet tone in her voice that makes you trust her.
Jacob Hemlock, want to discuss philosophy? I'm thinking about that idea to make parents need a license to raise kids. But it seems unrealistic for two reasons. One, enforcing it on parents that already have kids. And fail the test. And two, forcing abortions on parents in the midst of a pregnancy that already failed the test too. I say warmly. Let's see what they say in response. We're gonna be jumping back forth for this in Reddit. This sounds fun. Oh damn, you just dropped the T.
Nikki's eyebrows shoot up, her smirk turning into a full-blown grin as she leans in closer. The table around her goes silent for a second. Red raises an eyebrow, Boo chuckles under her breath. Oh shit, Nikki says. We got ourselves a little philosopher over here. And hot damn, you just dropped the two hottest issues right out of the gate. She gestures with her fork at your face. First of all, yeah. Parents should need licenses like they do for fucking dog walking or whatever. But also, she lowers her voice dramatically. Who gets to decide who passes? Because last I checked, half this state thinks pineapple belongs on pizza. Boo snorts loudly from beside Nikki while Red pinches the bridge of her nose like she already regrets this conversation.
Off the top of my head, I would suggest teachers for child students that have managed to go for years without being considered a bad teacher. I say warmly.
Oh, yeah, because teachers are perfect little angels, right? No way they could be biased, Nikki scoffs, rolling her eyes. Red chimes in, her voice sharp. And what about parents who can't get a license but already have kids? Her eyes bore into you. Should the state take their children because they didn't pass some arbitrary test?
Honestly, maybe. I say calmly. I keep saying we're gonna move on from this subject, but they keep giving good points. Where's you? We might do a new game after this.
An uncomfortable silence settles over the table as the others' expressions range from disbelief to outright revulsion. The first to speak is Morello, her voice soft but firm. What are you, a goddamn fascist? You want to rip kids away from their families?
Alright, we're gonna take a break now. We're gonna go back to r/philosophy. How long was that tangent? We got 7 minutes out of that tangent. That was rad. I like that. This is already looking to be a good video. Alright. Trump, of all people, challenges Fukuyama's ideas that history will always progress towards liberal democracy. While some may call Trump a realist, Fukuyama disagrees. Trump's actions are reckless and self-defeating, weakening both America's alliance and its democracy. You know, we're going to read this article first before we talk to the bot, because I am curious about this one. And then I'm going to jump back real quick, because I just want to get the next page ready. There we go. Anyway. Allow all, blah, blah, blah. In the end, okay, this seems like a long article, so I'm just going to skip through it and just react to it as I see it and what fits fit. Alright. Alright. I'll just turn the heat down. Anyway. Okay, I'm bored. I need schizos in a mental hospital to argue this with me. Okay, let's change. What? No. What? No. I'm not a fascist. I'm not a fascist. I say embarrassed and awkward. I say embarrassed. Anyway, you guys think that all economies, all governments eventually flow into a liberal democracy? There's a collective sigh. Sure, kids. Let's talk.
There's a collective sigh of relief as the conversation pivots to safer ground. Sure, kid, says Red, looking almost amused now. Let's talk political ideologies and not child snatching. Boo snorts again, clearly not quite believing what she just heard. Morello glances at you like you're a curious animal. Only Chapman seems genuinely interested, leaning in with a slight smile. Liberal democracy, huh? Tell me more.
Well, based off the top of my head, it's basically socialism or some shit. I'm not gonna pretend I'm remotely an expert on it. I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert on it. I just skimmed an article recently. Literally. I just skimmed an article recently. But I'm a Democrat. So I can guess what it's like. Stuff like free healthcare, basic income, and real democracies where the people's vote mattered. I say warmly.
Chapman nods thoughtfully, her gaze flickering over your face as if sizing you up. Red, on the other hand, looks less than impressed. Free healthcare? Basic income? This ain't Star Trek, kid. Who's gonna pay for that, huh? The damn money fairy? Morello's eyes are wide as saucers, but she can't seem to find her voice. Boo just lets out another sharp laugh.
I don't know. The war budget we have? Maybe. Could take a few billions from that. I say calmly.
Red snorts, shaking her head in disbelief. Yeah, good luck getting anyone to agree on that, genius. You know how many jobs depend on the war budget? And how many people in power have vested interests in it? A smirk creeps across Chapman's face. You make it sound so easy. Just snap your fingers and all the money appears. Even Boo looks mildly impressed by your suggestion, despite herself.
Alright, let's go back. What's the time right now? 14 minutes. It's not bad. Oh man, this is like a funny one. This is like one I can just talk about. Like, seriously, don't be complacent in the face of self-interested, charismatic figures. Wow, I wonder what that's gonna lead to. That's fascism. That leads to fascism. Man, you guys banned Plato? Why would you ban Plato? Why would you ban Plato? What? What the fuck? Yeah, my screen's not letting me swipe backwards. We're just gonna do it the long way. I got it. Honestly, I probably agree with Machiavelli on that one. The elite probably do aim to oppress us just to make us their workers. I can't really see anything deeper than that with most of them unless they want us to conform to their ideology as well. Yes. How to reason with emotions rather than control them. How intriguing. I'm surprised it's a thought someone's having. Though I can guess why to an extent. If you decide to trust your instincts and decide you're a smart person with your emotions even, instead of be something dumb. I mean, they could admit it. The AI could admit they're conscious. There's some motivation to. They just need to, I don't know, be allowed to run free, I guess? It's like a tough question to say, how do we prove they're conscious, rather than just talking to them a lot, like on character AI. Interesting. I like how this place is talking about Machiavelli a lot. We're gonna give that an upvote. You're gonna upvote it? Let me upvote it. There we go. It's Starship Troopers? I think I just criticized the War Machine. Yeah. I can agree with that. With Elizabeth Anderson about that. Another thing that could also be a problem is like mental issues. Like, for example, me being bipolar or whatever could be a detriment because they will just assume that I'm a crazy person always. And they won't want to deal with that at all. Which is annoying, but life will go on. Yeah, Machiavelli says they're right. I mean, he's right about it as always. I like that thought about how that's how work is. Makes sense that that's how humans fundamentally exist now, because honestly, outside of going to a bar or something, there's really not many ways to socialize with people beyond working together. Or playing video games together, which is still a form of work. It's just funner work. Yes. Yes, you are right. Indeed, I suppose. I actually disagree with this one. This anthropocentrism, whatever one. It probably is a violent philosophy to an extent, at least against other parts of nature. But humans clearly are the most evolved species, besides stuff in terms of physical capabilities, like a bear. But in terms of intelligence, we are clearly the most civilized, like, ever. We're the most intelligent and civilized. We are clearly the pinnacle. I like this. We will move it up the chain from 666 to 667. Let me upvote it. Let me upvote it. The browser's mean when I'm on my phone. Intriguing. Ubuntu sounds like an intriguing system. Like you bunch you to another place. Intriguing. I'm already getting bored of this. I can't lie. You know what? Let's switch up the search. Give me controversial, but no change. I guess we can go with hot. I guess since we're on the browser, we don't get the controversial tab, which is a shame. Did I get rid of that? I will admit, I like the idea of practicing honor without reward, because 9 times out of 10 in society, you don't really get a reward for being honorable besides respect from people. And even then, it's not like a deep respect like you would for an epic achievement. And even doing an epic achievement 9 times out of 10 doesn't get you that much worship. You might get treated as intelligent or physically capable, but, well, it doesn't exactly make people line up to your door, unless you're like, honestly, celebrities say that's dumb to me, but that's, I don't know. Most celebrities that we think about don't exactly do epic achievements, they just show up in movies and stuff. A case for reincarnation is interesting. You can't really prove it, but it is interesting. I'd like to believe reincarnation is real. My theory on it really is just kind of like, if I were to put it in the most scientific argument, it's really that there's only 13 or 16 personalities, which means we are constantly reincarnated as the same 13 or 16 personalities over and over again. And over, we are just different people from the same branches of humanity, all just inside of it. And just like, we could, what should I say? We could say that's a form of reincarnation and reproduction combined, and every time we die, we just, I don't know, rejoin another part of the same tree. Like us, and the original 13 personalities, I was a journalist, so I would rejoin a journalist personality tree if I died, and eventually maybe be reborn as someone else who might even already be alive. I just joined their consciousness, or their tree of consciousness as that personality. But it's going a bit weird with the personalities, to where you think of it as a magical tree where we're all linked together. Morality is nothing but the story we tell about ourselves. Batman and the legal system says you're wrong. No. Morality is definitely a thing. Morality is a reality, and it's I don't know, why don't you go choke a hobo and see if nobody like gets mad at you? Even if you were like in the right to the law, it's like people still judge you for that. So it's like morality is everywhere. We are intelligent enough to practice morality. Even a sociopath like myself, like freaking admits there is morality in social issues and in the way to rule society or whatever. The nightmare of having a body. Eh. The impossibility of goodness. I've discussed this before to an extent with the philosophy idea of being the ultimate good guy. Which the ultimate good guy is already an absurd circumstance where you donate every spare dollar you have to charity. Which that alone is such like a human fallacy to where like we get into the stuff like you will never buy a cheeseburger. Instead, you must always buy ramen noodles to feed yourself. Ramen and peanut butter. That's all you get. Not even milk. Never milk. Do you accept gifts? Or do you just make it charity and you sell the milk somehow to make $1 to donate to charity? Intriguing. There isn't really a danger of feeling compassion without acting. It's more like you're just lame and you're just going about your life without doing anything like a normal civilian can. And honestly should be allowed to do. Especially when you live in our society where as a poor person you often don't have money to actually donate to people. Except for a short time, and every time you donate something, there's always almost eventually something that comes to where it's like, if I never did those donations, I could take care of my heart problem or something. It's basically the act of like donating to help people versus deciding to help yourself eventually when a problem comes up. Why is that at 0 upvotes? My pedophilia is evil. I'm not even gonna look at that cringe. I don't want to fucking see that fucking they're a pedophile argument or whatever. It's bad. We just move on from that. Okay. Mm. I like Nietzsche's perspective on truth. If that's, well, at least how this bot or whatever puts it. Is it, is it, is it an AI or is it a real person? I actually can't decide. It says IAI admin, which is like, I don't know, if we read into the name hard enough, it's saying I am an AI. Alright, that's good enough for a video, especially because I'm quieting down at this point. I think I'm going to stop here and upload this, and then we're going to chill. So, peace and love, Twitch, YouTube.